Hello, and what is up, ADHD gang? If you have not seen recently on social media, this is hopefully gonna go out on my birthday or after my birthday. But it's hard to see. It's like so hard to see. I got my hair cut, and I've also been dyeing my hair recently. But I was going to do that sketchbook cover, but I'm torn between ADHD and decisiveness. I'm torn between doing a still life. I have a certain part of my room that I want to do like a still life painting, whether it's grayscale colored, I don't know yet, and doing a reference of just some andro mask woman whatever on the front cover. So I'm still deciding on that, so that's gonna be pushed to next month. But yeah, for today's video we're gonna be getting stuff done. I think it's episode 4. I don't know, I keeping track of days now is pretty weird. I have a job, but in other news, I'm potentially getting a new job, so next month you'll find out about that. Yeah, let's get into this video. It's gonna probably be a lot of time lapses, voiceovers, whatever, because the tasks that I have to get done today are long ass tasks, and I don't want to sit there and chat for 20 minutes because y'all don't need to hear me chat for 20 minutes. So let's cut this intro and get into it. Okay, for this next section we're doing some voiceovers because it was late at night. I was kind of halfway dying, so I have these sweatpants that have been sitting on my floor for literal weeks because I didn't want to put the drawstring in. So here we are, being productive, putting the drawstring in. I need to maybe think of a way, specifically for this pair, but a lot of the sweatpants that I make, the drawstring comes out in the wash. So to figure out a way to maybe I tie it and not tie them together before they go in something so that it stays in, so that I do not have to do this. But yeah, it's you can see the grow lights are on. I switched the times for my grow lights because it's a lot easier for me. My grow lights used to come on when I got home from work, so 5ish, but this was I think way after I even came inside from practicing. So this was 7, 8 o'clock. It's dark outside. But yeah, this is, yeah. Okay, my cat's doing something, doing some things. I'm dying. So I just showed putting a drawstring in some sweatpants. I did not show me making these, but I've made stuff like this all the time. So I was like, why do I have to show the process again? It was essentially one of those thin athletic hooded kind of, I call it a hooded long sleeve, like a sweatshirt, really thin material, and it had these things on it for the arms. You could pull them up, so that's a cool, fun detail. I didn't do drawstring. I did elastic this time. I still have to sew up the hole in the back, but I thought that they were kind of cool, kind of neat. Figured I would show that off. I'm gonna go sort out some yarn because I have to do that. We're gonna tear apart some half projects, maybe start a new project. I don't know yet. I don't know. It's gonna be another voiceover sped up clip, but yeah. Okay, so for this section I have this bag of yarn, but it's also like just my bag of like all of my projects, I guess you could say. I'm going through it, slightly showing off some of the tools and things, cleaning it. What really needs to happen out of this whole bag is I'm taking all of my projects that I tried to do by hand without a pattern and tried to just freehand whatever. I'm taking all those, separating the yarn, rewrapping and rolling the yarn. There's like a bag from one of my favorite Twitch followers. Here's more yarn. The yellow yarn and the red yarn is from Dollar Tree, I believe. $1.25 each, which wasn't bad really. And all the other yarn is good, but yes, this is me pulling on all this yarn, separating out all of these projects so that I can figure out what yarn I have and kind of guesstimate how much of each color of yarn that I do have, so that then in turn it can get used for a future project. I do want to maybe do some Ammies in the future, some little stuffed animals or something, so that's a thing as well. Yeah, I'm separating yarn for days and days and days. I have a few different colors, yes. And yeah, that's basically it for this clip. Okay, I have like 3 other projects that I'm gonna unravel because they were like things I tried to do myself and stuff like that because I wasn't using a pattern. But I found this, and this is from one of my favorite Twitch streamers. Did like a whole knitting thing and gave out like a little knitting package, something like that, if you did like a knit along with her. And I just found the like the stitch marker that I haven't used yet. I don't currently have stitch markers. I don't currently use stitch markers. I just use the little like tiny elastic hair ties, or like mine are technically like rainbow and rubber bands. But yeah, I have this little bit of gray to finish off, and then this I hated so much. It was a it's supposed to be a sweater, and I didn't know how to take things off at the time of knitting needles to be able to put them back on to finish knitting. So I casted it off. It was so cute, so cute. And then I decided later on that I was gonna try to knit bottom up instead of top down, but like freeform, no pattern. No, did not work. The lighting sucks right now because I probably already said this, but it's night. It's like pitch black outside. It's like almost 7, it's getting huge black outside, I decided to go outside earlier today, which is why we're filming so late in the night, because I was like, I want to get outside when it's sunny and it's warm, and it was like in the 70s, and I was outside for like 2-ish hours or so, running some things, writing some things. Yeah, I was working on a lot of stuff to prepare for this coming weekend's part 2 of indoor auditions for World Class. Yeah, I'm going to get back to unraveling. I'm gonna show part of it, and then I'll probably catch up with you again. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, here's more clips of me doing projects, raveling up yarn. Super fun stuff here. I need one of those like professional like winders or whatever they're called for yarn, but I don't knit that often where I see it as a complete need. But yeah, I also went through projects, and this right here is essentially a piece that I'm deciding to keep instead of destroy, because I'm gonna use it for like maybe cosplays or something, as like a little collar for something. Let me put you this way. I need you. I set you on my. Okay, so the reason why this one is getting set up my camera properly. So the reason this project is getting undone, the reason this project that's a little bit better. The reason why this project is getting unwinded is because the size needle that I was using, I needed them for a tank top that I'm in the process of knitting, but that tank top, I'm like running out of yarn, and I still have like 2 more pages left of knitting. So since my birthday's coming up, I'm gonna see if maybe with some of like the money I get for my birthday, if I go out, and even if it's just like a tiny one, if I can try to, I'm probably not gonna find an exact color match, but if I can try to find a similar yarn to it, so that I can actually finish that. I also have to look at the needles that I have. I may have to invest in some like micro needles, like a 1 or a 3 or something, because I want my next knitting project is to be socks, I think, which is what I was kind of talking about with that red and yellow yarn that I got from the dollar store. I don't know if that's gonna be enough or not, or what, or I quite literally don't know. We will see if they end up becoming like a patchwork kind of, I guess, sock, you could say, where I just use whatever yarn I have and kind of do it that way. Then I'll do it that way. I don't know yet. I also haven't grabbed a pattern for that yet, because the one pattern that I wanted on Etsy, their shop was down the time that I had money and I was going to get it, and then I haven't really, then I like spent the money. I had the money for it, and then I spent that money, and now I don't have the money for it. So we're gosh, I'm like dying. My room has been dusted. I also, if you can tell, still haven't made my bed yet. Washed my sheets early in the morning. They're done. Still haven't made my bed yet. But also, on the talk of this, recently I've been trying to take up more sit down crafts, not like sewing, because sewing is like a lot, but like something that I can just with like my hands or whatever, that I can just sit in bed, whatever, relax and do, just because of like my current job is so active and stuff like that. So like sometimes I come home and I don't feel like doing anything, but like to have stuff to sit down and do. Also, like late at night when it starts to get darker, like now for instance, I don't want to have to turn on a giant bright light in my room, so I've kind of been taking up knitting. I've also been playing Palia a lot more, and I did do The Sims a little bit the other day, but I'm like falling out of The Sims and more into Palia. But yeah, I've been like really working hard at trying to do this. Also, it's fall time, so now's like the perfect time for me to make kind of like I want to make my summery stuff in fall, and then in like the spring, summer is when I want to make my sweaters, because I know sweaters are gonna take a while. So I have a tank top that I started. I can actually show you that actually, because it's right here. This is the yarn I'm talking about. It's like, it's green. It's similar to this, but this is definitely like thinner and like less fuzzy. But let's see if I can show it to you. It's like we're getting somewhere. I'm on the front, but like that's all that I have left, and I don't want to continue knitting. I would rather just keep it stopped at one place. So that's in the works. I want to do socks, and then I want to do a sweater vest, because a sweater's a lot to get into right now. Like I want to eventually knit a sweater, but that's a lot to get into. So doing a sweater vest will probably come after socks. For the sweater vest, I know for sure I want to, a few of my other Twitch streamers that I follow make like hand-dyed yarn, so I'll definitely go more that route instead of buying something from the store. So yeah, I will catch up with you guys once I finish all of this in a minute. Okay, I'm not gonna re-roll all of this black. I don't have it in me, so I'm gonna just kind of jumble all of this black up into its separate piles and chuck it in. I've also decided that this piece, I'm going to keep it for like cosplaying or something. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna keep it as like a little neck color layering piece that I wear. Whether I don't know yet. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Kind of quick, kind of short. It's like a day's I did it all in one day. But yeah, I figured I would just catch up on some life things. Other things are happening. My birthday's in like 2 days. One of my favorite birthday gifts is coming tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I honestly think with some of the rest of that yarn that I may try to take some of that yarn, specifically that like black and like the orangey color, and maybe see if I can use that when I make that vest at some point. And if I do end up like running out, because it's also a hard yarn to work with because it gets so stringy, but we'll see. That's probably gonna be December, because the tank top's gonna get put on the back burner, and then I'll probably start the socks until I find something to finish that off with, and I'm gonna have to get knitting needles for that. So hopefully November I'm gonna do 2 at a time socks. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get that done. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, comment what you want to see. I do everything. I do everything under the sun, just about. I can show you anything, processes. If you want to see more like workout lifestyle content, I can also show that, because we are currently in winter arc season. If you know, you know. We're getting into that. We are in indoor season. Tryouts part 2 is this next Sunday. So we'll see how all of that works. And yeah, turn on the notification bells. I always say if you want to. I try to post twice a month, once at the beginning, once at the end. It fluctuates between my schedule. I have a lot of things going on, and I'm now not gonna have weekends anymore. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. Go check out the other ones in this playlist that this is gonna be linked to. Check out the other videos on my channel, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and goodbye.